Welcome to IELTS Face Off, and one of the things that we always wonder is whether we will be able to find our dreams and really discover our passions. And of course, myself, I always have to wonder whether those are some of the things that I would always want to do and what is my calling in life. But what's really important is that in this episode, we'll be bringing you somebody quite cool. In life, there's always obstacles that will come within our way. Oh my goodness, this is another one? Help! Help! Oh, help! Some people will just try to kind of break the barrier or do whatever, but I think I'm gonna maneuver my way around the obstacle. And today's guest is super cool, and he will tell us about how he overcomes all the obstacles in life and really help us all reach for the stars and reach for the sky. So guys, in this episode, the sky's the limit.
Yes, the sky's the limit. And indeed, there is no limit for the journey of our special guest, Nguyễn Chí Hiếu. He will share with you audiences about his own passion for the journey back to Vietnam. And next, Khánh Phi and the IELTS on the go journey has the next stop in Taiping province. And here comes the representative of the youngsters in Taiping. Let's see what they're going to share with you. Back to the master studio, we will have a discussion in deep about paraphrasing. Exciting enough, stay there. This episode will start right now.
Welcome back to IELTS Face Off, guys. Today I have a very, very special guest, Mr. Nguyễn Chí Hiếu, and today's topic is the sky's the limit. So let's see Mr. Hiếu show us what the sky is. All right, welcome. Thank you for coming. So to start off a little bit, we'd really love to hear your story since you were young. You didn't really know yet what you knew today. So what was your dream back then?
So back in 2000, I was just like a student, high school student, in the coastal town of Quy Nhơn in the central part of Vietnam. I think the only dream I had back then is to go and explore the world. And that is a dream that I had been nurturing for days and years, and something I constantly work on, looking for that one day that I could step out of the hometown and go explore the world.
The sky for a Quy Nhơn guy was Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes.
Now, a guy in the UK, what was the sky for you?
For the Vietnamese boy in the UK, there's not such of a big dream, The dream is just to finish every single step with the best of your abilities. Knowing that one day the sky will open,
Yeah.
and then the opportunity will just drop down, and you are just there with all the things that you need, and you just to stretch your hands out and catch it. Yeah.
You were once in this thing you called the midlife crisis that we talked about earlier. How did that really change what you're dreaming of?
The same thing. I think as anyone goes through their life, there could be a lot of turning points. Back then, it was simply that I was in my 20s, and as I finished my PhD in Stanford, I really doubted whether the job offer I got could be something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I say, if you do something crazy, do it in your 20s. After 10 years studying abroad and just move straight back to Vietnam and jump right into education. Even though that I did not know back then education was my true passion or my life calling, I could just put in a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, looking at the student's journey, success as my utility. Then, for 3 years when you put in a lot of hard work, it took you to the peak of your career. Everyone look at me and think he got everything that everyone has been dreaming of. But I am the only one back then really questioned is this really for me? Is education really my true north? That I would sacrifice every single other thing just to work in education in Vietnam. I did not have the utter 100% confidence to say that this is my path. I left Vietnam and went on to take the MBA in Oxford with a full scholarship to hopefully find out that at the end of this 1 year, I know exactly what I could want to do for the rest of my life.
That is quite incredible. And how is that even possible?
very interesting. You just always poke the right question. That seems like you just nick into my brain. I went to Oxford having this kind of like midlife crisis questions that I wanted to answer. To be honest, I came into the degree at Oxford not knowing that I could come out of the process with a concrete answer of what my life could be, what could I do. But then when I came into the degree, I had got offer from big consulting companies or potentially some offers to come back to academia and be a professor at some universities overseas. So I do have my plan B, which is a safety net for me, you know, something that you feel like at least there's an exit.
Yeah.
Then when you got that kind of security, you really had that time and space to really dig deep into you, to ask questions with yourself and reflect upon the previous journeys of 32 years. And then trying to find something to hold on to for the rest of your life. So that 1 year, I read books, I went to coffee shops, I had conversations with people from all walks of life. Each interaction and encounter is like, I usually had this metaphor, it's like a rainfall, and then you just like click pause, and on the rain just stop, so that you can reflect and see your reflection in the raindrops. And that's how you kind of like digging out, taking out, extract on the little nuances. You feel like this is me, and all the other things are what society wants from me. That is the time, that 1 year, I do that kind of like brain or mental workout or soul workout, and somehow organically, 8 months into the degree, I knew exactly what that answer could be. So that moment, I turned out every single offer I got, and my friends say, you are crazy, but again, we only live once, right? This is something I really want to do, and after many years, a lot of time, I still want to do it. And I look at the other corporate jobs with like suit and tie and like fancy dinners. I mean, there's nothing wrong about it. You know, it just, I don't click with those perspectives or those scenarios. But when I look at like kids in Vietnam, students in Vietnam, teachers in Vietnam, school in Vietnam, I click right away. And I see if I can do anything to help them in one way or another, big or small. If today were my last day in life, I would go to bed feeling very happy about it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You know, I really love what you said, because I think a lot of the times, you know, when we don't really have a true perspective of ourselves, then we will position our dream to be what is shiny, you know, what is bling bling, right? But a lot of the times when we pause and we reflect back on what our true nature is and what will bring us happiness, that may be the answer, or it may be a very completely different thing. And I think you're an example of, you know, of somebody who is really, really internally reflecting, and you chose a muted path, but other people may not pick. And of course, it takes somebody like you who's been successful with all of those, and to pick a different direction, to really prove to Vietnamese students especially that, hey, you know, there's always multiple paths that you can choose. Yeah, and you can still be intelligent, you can still be successful, and you can still be happy.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for the talk, but of course we're in the next section, we're going to put some of your talents to the test, and we're going to have a little bit of fun together along with our audience. How does that sound?
Scary. But since the topic is the sky's the limit,
Yeah.
I will give it a try.
Yeah.
Make a fool out of myself for others to see, but you only live once.
Exactly.
So let's do it.
Yeah, and so for the next section, not necessarily the sky's the limit, but the time is the limit. All right, so IELTS challenge coming right up next. Welcome to the IELTS challenge, and this is the 5 seconds game. Okay, so the rule of this game is that we're each going to be given 5 seconds. We're going to come up with as many terms in a certain topic as possible.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, so 5 seconds rule game starts now.
Name the qualities of a businessman.
Decisive, strategic, smart, sociable.
Entrepreneurial, creative, great EQ, a lot of financial backing.
Name your dreams or your passion when you were young.
Cooking, traveling, teacher, photographer, dancing,
Singing, entrepreneur, businessman, travel the world.
Name things you don't like about yourself.
Short. Not thin.
Sometimes too emotional, sometimes indecisive, sometimes I need to sleep a lot.
Name things that you are confident.
Studying. Nice and kindness. Happy.
Okay. Optimistic, nice, kind, sometimes happy, trying to be happy.
Name people that influenced you.
Bill Gates, Max Zuckerberg, Nelson Mandela.
I've met Nelson Mandela before.
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
Okay, so 5 people that influence me. Okay, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Nelson Mandela, Steve Jobs, my teacher.
And the winner is Phoebe.
Oh, wow. Heads up, heads up, heads up.
Just I've done this game a lot more times than you. So, yeah, but that's interesting. So, you know, why are those 5 people your
Actually, I was about to say my parents, but then I say only 3. No, I think I may have the chance to see them, except for Nelson Mandela. Mark, I think is the kind of like young energy, you know. Not necessarily I want to be him or having such a big scale business like him, but more like something that I like. I respect the energy and the drive he has. Whereas Bill Gates, I think during my midlife crisis, I read a lot of his book as well, and that kind of like pay it forward, giving back to the communities and things like that. Those things are things I want to build with my professional path as well.
It's been quite a pleasure being able to speak to you. And, you know, just to close up, if you were to give our audience a couple of terms and vocabulary that's related to, you know, reaching one's potential and really reaching for the stars, what will that be?
Do everything with 100% of your passion. Be persevere and push through all the thick and thin. Have dreams, have hopes, and then dream, explore, learn, discover, and live a life with meaning, with purpose, and find that happiness that you always want to look for.
So thanks so much for being here today. I think it's been really, really inspirational speaking to you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you. And for you guys, don't go away because our IELTS expert section is right up next.
Up next on IELTS Face Off, you will be invited back to the Master Studio with Phoebe and our familiar IELTS expert Oliver Holmes from the British Council. Jar of Diamonds useful tips is ready for you. And next on the IELTS on the go journey, smell like teen spirit? Yes, they will bring their young spirit to the stories to be shared with you. We know you are excited, but first, let's get back to the Master Studio right now.